Hey guys, it's Julio. Today I'm with former fitness pro and current pole dancing competitor, Carrie Simmons. Carrie has made an awesome transition from one form of fitness to another, so I wanted to talk to her about not just letting go of your fitness lifestyle when you transition, but moving on and making it a permanent part of your life. So, Carrie, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Tell me a little bit about your early career in competition and how you decided to switch over.
I started off in fitness. Actually, my first competition was in 1997, Miss Fitness USA.
I was 3. Yeah.
Yeah, so was I. And I eventually turned pro with the IFBB in 2010, and I competed there. I switched over my last 2 years of my career to women's physique because it was something new within the IFBB at the time. It was a new division. They were trying out some different things, so the criteria hadn't quite been set. It was supposed to be for bigger figure type bodies or smaller bodybuilding type bodies, sort of like an in-between. And since I was one of the bigger fitness girls, and at the time the IFBB, there weren't a whole lot of fitness competitions around. There were only, I think at the time, maybe 4 that weren't, like invite, like the Arnold or like the Olympia that you have to be qualified for. And 2 of those were overseas, so trying to compete was just hard. So this was a great opportunity for me to compete still within the IFBB. And I liked it, and then eventually the criteria for that started changing, and the girls were getting bigger, harder, looking more like bodybuilders, and that was something I did not want to be a part in. And I decided anyway, I like the routine aspect because of fitness.
Right.
So pole dancing came up. It was just sort of like a new thing to try. Also, the whole time I was competing in the IFBB in fitness, I was also an aerialist. So I did like Cirque du Soleil, silks, trapeze, things like that. So this pole was sort of a natural transition from that. So, and I loved it. And because I'm competitive, I decided, all right, I'm going to compete in this. So so that's pretty much the evolution. And until I am currently training for a competition in August. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it because I injured myself 2 weeks ago, and I'm trying to let it heal. And hopefully, I'm not going to be too far behind. I'll still be able to do it.
What's the competition that you were getting ready?
It's the Pole Sport Organization. It's one of their regionals. So it's very much like the IFBB NPC. So they've got their regionals, the nationals, and then a pro level. So this was one of their regionals in Los Angeles.
How was your training different for this versus your old career?
You know, it's funny because it's actually very similar, very similar. I've always, at training for fitness, you've got to have, you've got to be in shape for the physique portion of it. But it's, you have to have that routine. So you've got to have strength, endurance, and you've got to be able to perform even at your absolute weakest. The good thing about pole competition is I don't necessarily have to diet as hard. But it's not like I'm sitting at home eating a bag of Cheetos, So, I mean, my diet is pretty close. I allow myself a few more carbs now, and I don't do any of the bodybuilding type things, like I don't drop water or anything like that, because that's just ridiculous for this type of competition. But my training is the same. I still lift. I still have my time in the gym, and then I have my time on my apparatus on the pole. Conditioning, working on the routine, new skills, things like that. So it's very similar to how I've always trained. Because I've always been known as the fitness competitor or physique competitor that was like doing silly stuff. Some of the other competitors thought they're like, wait a second, you're still doing, you're out mountain climbing, or you're doing rock climbing, or you're doing whatever in addition. So I've always sort of cross-trained.
Do you feel like you can express yourself more in the pole than you could before? It seems like something that you could sort of let stuff out.
Oh, it's definitely very, especially with the Pole Sport Organization, they're huge on the creativity and the emotional aspect of the performance. So it's great for someone who's a natural performer, someone like me that likes being on stage and kind of coming up with different personas. And
for me, that was always my favorite part of bodybuilding, the posing part, and I really think that's kind of why I did it. Looking back, because I still have fond memories of, like, once in a while I'll still like do a little routine in the bathroom.
Everyone does.
I really loved it. So we were talking earlier about how your idea of fitness changes as you progress, you know,
Yes.
and how, you know, early on, if you're doing physique stuff, you don't really think about health so much.
Right, you're worried about how you look. It all comes down to how you're looking, how lean you are, how symmetrical you are, things like that. Where I am now, I mean, I'll admit I am vain still, so I'm concerned with how I look. But it's more so, you know, being healthy, especially as I age. I mean, I'm 46 now, and you know, it's it's time to start looking at some things. You know, you're making sure that your, you know, blood levels you're getting checked. You're staying on top of any of your preventative care. You know, I'm eating now to be healthy, not necessarily just look good. I mean, I goes hand in hand. You're still going to look good, you know, but it's more like how you feel, you know. So that's kind of where I am. That's been the transition. And friends of mine will joke because I mean I haven't stepped stage on an IFBB stage since 2015, and I still see people, you know, in the industry and stuff, and they're like, "Oh my God, you look amazing, you look great," and I'm like, "Well, what did you think?" Because I'm not going to be, I'm just going to like look like crap. But I actually, you know, I tend to, since I'm not thinking off season anymore, you know, I tend to stay in better shape.
Yeah.
Just because, like, you know, I do cardio year round, you know, I'm strength training year round. Obviously, my activity level will, you know, vary depending upon whether, like now, I'm getting ready for a show. I mean, getting ready for a pole competition, you know, you're putting in more time.
Yeah.
But it's always at an upper, you know, level. You're always doing those basic things and eating right, and, you know.
Yeah. What's it like? I know your husband Mike is a high-level competitor. He's been a friend of mine for a long time. He was North American champion. What's it like having a spouse who's also so much into fitness? Do you feel like it elevates your game?
Oh, definitely. Mike and I, you know, we joke around. I mean, it's our lifestyle. It really is. It's not where it's a fad. It's just something that we're doing because, you know, we saw it on Instagram and it looked cool. And this is how we live.
You're not posting
you know?
pics of your abs.
Exactly. Well, well, if the abs are there, you might get a
Every morning.
pic.
Every morning. Oh my God, I get it. You got abs.
Exactly. You know, it's just how we live. You know, I mean, I wake up every day at 5:30, 5:45, drink my black coffee, get on my treadmill. I mean, I hopefully can do that every day until I die. I'm not, you know, and that's just a part. It's just you do your cardio and you know, and I'm doing it now. Like I'm thinking sometimes it's more when I do my cardio. It's not necessarily I'm trying to burn calories. I mean, obviously you do, but I'm thinking about my cardio health. I'm thinking about my heart. You know, because like I said, being at this age, unfortunately, you know, stuff starts to go wrong. You see people who don't live a healthy lifestyle and where they are. You know, I've got parents who are, good Lord, the most unhealthy people on the planet, and it pains me because I'm like, I see what they're going through, how, you know, just broken down and decrepit they are, and I'm like, man, most of this can be avoided if you just do just a little bit, you know? So I'm thinking more long term now, but I think that's one of those things with getting older, you know? You start to look at the bigger picture.
Yeah. For me, early on, when I look at someone that was really severely out of shape, I would kind of have a little disdain for it, but now I kind of just feel sad because I'm like, your life could be so much better, you know? Guys, people in wheelchairs that are just because they're obese, you know, and I feel like it's kind of that attitude in the United States, like you were saying, that it's just like, let's do this momentarily, let's get on a fad diet, let's get, you know, lean for the summer, you know, and that seems to, do you see that trend changing at all? Or?
I hope it does. And it's one of those things where I would like to think that seeing more people being into fitness and having access to things like, you know, Facebook and Instagram, where you have more connection with people who are into it. You know, you look back, I mean, this is obviously dating us and how old we are, but you know, you look back when we were young and first starting off in a sport, you didn't know that many people that did it. You know, you knew there were some big guys at the gym, you know, that competed. Or, you know, you knew
girls didn't squat so much now.
Girls didn't squat, you know, and they were just over there on their treadmill doing, you know, whatever. And like now, you have access, whether you see it, you know, more mainstream, like at whatever gym or wherever you train now, or just seeing people in general online like doing this, I think the information, like just having that access,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it's going to be less of a fad. You know, but then you see some people who do it to get the attention, but you know, there's always going to be those, you know.
Yeah, I think that's almost like the spark that kind of excites you to do
Right,
it, right?
right.
Yeah, attention from other people. That's
Exactly.
what we're all looking for, right?
Exactly.
So, awesome, Carrie. Thank you so much. Carrie Simmons, you want to look like this when you're 46, you better get on the ball. Thanks, Carrie.
Thank you.